Alright, I upgraded from the Husky to the Series 3. So my plan is to get rid of that, sell it. I have this. Eventually I'm going to get the hutch or the top chest, I'm not sure yet. But I also got this, the roll cart, the 6-drawer one. So I was going to go ahead and show everything I got in it, and this is my little, try to zoom, damn. This is my little gear wrench, little little workbench, work table. Got some collapsible magnet trays down here. Obviously this is where I put my tools and move it around when I'm working on a car. Got a pig mat on here. Need to clean it up. I got a razor, magnet, 2 little mirrors, 2 flashlights here, hood prop for, hood struts that are blown out, caliper hanging, tools, pry bars, panel tool. And then in here, like I said, I just got this, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do up here permanently. This is kind of just temporarily. Got a scanner here, some flashlights, gauge, tire gauge. I took the things off that you're supposed to remove, the little tabs. I still got them on that one. So you can just pull these out. And then I got multimeters, test lights, power probe, Noid lights, a camera. And then in here's more electrical stuff, crimpers and strippers and all types of, testing leads. A bunch of back probing pins and stuff like that. Solder, electrical tape. This is kind of just random right now. Stethoscope, more power probe stuff, just cutting and filing, stuff like that. This is kind of my junk drawer where I've got nuts, bolts, used spark plugs that, are kind of still good and can use them for diagnostic reasons and stuff like that. Just a bunch of random stuff. Fuel pressure, compression tester. This is a torch with solder and all that stuff. Bunch of receipts and stuff down there. A vacuum gauge. And then down here, a combustion leak tester. 1-channel scope. Saw, another little saw, just random stuff in here. Brake tool, bending brake lines, shaping them, whatever. Matco mat over there. None of that's really mine, but yeah, this is the old toolbox. There's still a bunch of, crap in here. And it's still a good toolbox. I just got tired of it, and this drawer sometimes won't come out all the way, and I don't know, I just got tired of it and wanted something different. I put a light up here. But this is the new 72-inch US General Series 3. But see, this one still has I didn't take these off. You can take them off. People complain about them. I don't find them that bad, to be honest. I feel like they work better on this than they do on that. Because I can barely pull it and just pull out and the drawer comes right out. And it comes pretty much all the way out. It doesn't want to come out all the way on this side. Maybe it eventually will as I use it. I just put it in here last night and came in here today to organize it. But see, I can get back here to all these sockets unlike I could with this one without pulling it all the way out. And one time I had the whole entire drawer come out on me and literally go on the floor. So, and I've had slides break on it, and I had to take some off of that drawer that had 4, 2 on each side, and put them up here on this big drawer and to replace the ones that were broken. But yeah, up here, obviously this is my favorite drawer and the drawer I use and go in the most. I got triple squares, hex, inverted torques, swivels. These are all 3/8. Pretty much everything's 3/8, 3/8 and quarter. This is all my 1/2 inch. All the red back there is standard, which I rarely use standard. I have more standard sockets at home than I do here. But yeah, these are all my metric 1/2, 3/8, quarter that I always use right here. And then these are stubby 1/2 metric, 6-point. And as you see, I have almost all 6-point. I need to start investing in 12-point and have some more chrome, because sometimes these impacts, you can't get them in tight spots because they're a little thicker. I got all my ratchets right here. 3/8, 3/8, 3/8, 3/8, 3/8. This is a snap-on. I don't have many snap-on tools, but I have a couple, mostly Matco. I have a Matco guy that comes here, and I don't need a snap-on guy as well, because I don't need to be that much more in debt. But this is a swiveling locking quarter. That's a quarter. But my favorite, I bought this one used off of him, and I love this one right here, this fixed head. This is my most recent one I got. I needed something a little bit shorter than these, but not as short as these. I've got these from Harbor Freight. These are Pittsburgh. Never even used them. They look like they've been used, but I've never even used them. A bunch of extensions, magnet, locking extensions, more extensions. Somewhat specialty, you know, oil pressure, BMW 12-point, 9/16, which, whatever, that's not really special, but some swiveling adapters, spark plug, more impacting inverted and Torx. I got these swiveling VIM. These are really good. But yeah, that's there. And then right below it, and I still have a lot of room to organize this, but these are all the wrenches I have. Again, all of these are metric. These are metric. These are whatever, obviously. But then over here I have some standard. And then brake line, can't even think of what they're called right now. I can't think of what anything's called right now, really. But a bunch of pliers, carbide scraper, more panel type clip things. These are for relays. These are for like transmissions and transfer cases, clip tools. These I found, you know, spark plug boot. Don't really use those much. I got this recently. I like it a lot for hose clamps and stuff. And then down here, this is kind of a mixture of junk right now. Got a straight edge, a cheap rivet tool, my air thing right here. You know, it comes with all these tips. Breaker bar, a custom tool that I made with a breaker bar. Some long Torx, standard and metric, Allen keys, more hex, oil, Honda, also kinda Honda. This is a special tool I used once and probably will never use again. This is for getting the brake pedal off of the booster rod to like a Volkswagen or an Audi. Impacts. Here's another snap-on that I have. Bought this used off my Matco guy, and I like this thing. Paid $100. Charger, battery, and the quarter drive cordless ratchet. Got this one used off of him as well. This one's bad though. Like it works, but it's just terrible. It has absolutely no power. Then I got the long reach one, the 3/8. I love that. That I got off him used but rebuilt. Just a bunch of random chisels for the air hammer, hole saw, just random stuff. But down here, I'll eventually move all this once I get the hutch. I'll either put it on top or put it somewhere, but there's all types of stuff in here. Special tool for doing timing chains on a Beamer. Either this one's Beamer or this one's Beamer, and one's Audi. I don't remember which, but they've been used once, never probably used again. These are for bearings, bearing installer or seals installer. Bought these, used them once. These are long triple squares or spline, whatever you want to call them. I think I used this one right here, and I've never used them since. but I had to have them when I was doing a job. Spring compressor, installer puller for harmonic balancers, a Dremel or Craftsman rotary tool, whatever the hell you want to call it. I think that's a leak down tester. Don't really use that much. I've used this like once. I bought this and these hex right here, these bits, to rebuild my transmission. And I think I used 2 out of these 3, and I used that once. I've used it for other things that it's not designed for, but that was why I bought that. Over here, there's really nothing in here right now except for earmuffs and a compressor for calipers. Charging drawer. I like it. I mean, a lot of people complain that it's not deep enough, but this Matco and that Matco charger and that Snap-on one fit perfectly fine in here. If there was more room, I think these would fit as well, like height-wise. I've never tried it. I'll probably try it just to see, but I don't mind these being up here, especially if I do get the hutch, they'll be closed. So that's all that. Saw what's in here. In here, transmission and fuel line disconnecting tool. I bought these. I've used these once, but I like them. They're little Torx, but they're security Torx. And I think I paid like 15, 20 bucks on Amazon. These are extractors. I've used those a few times. Those are for like, you know, bolts or nuts, whereas this could be for like a broken off bolt. These extractors. I've used these a few times, but I like these. They're pretty good. Matco drill bits. And this all right here, that's all the stuff for the Matco tool grid or tool grid. I don't know if Matco owns tool grid, the name or whatever, but you can see all the stuff's bolted down to this. And I really like this though. You know, it keeps everything from moving and it keeps it organized. But those are extra, you know, pieces. I don't know. I'm not gonna. Can't think of what it's called, but whatever. And this is a oxygen sensor, removal installer tool, whatever you want to call it. Kind of more junk. Got a bunch of vice grips, O-rings, and just random stuff in here. Cutter, magnifying glass, a tool that came with something, you know, just random stuff. An antenna tool that I've never found an antenna for this to work on. Found these on a car when I was working on it. Found this one on a car when I was working on it. Someone had a leaking caliper and they just pinched the line off and figured that would fix it, but obviously that's not how you fix it. But hammers. I like this Matco hammer. That's Matco, Harbor Freight. This is a ball peen. I don't remember what brand, who cares? It's just a hammer. Screwdrivers and picks. And then I think this is the last drawer. Tape measure, extractor, safety glasses, you know, a scraper, razor scraper, drum brake spring tool, you know, punches and stuff, just magnifying glass, just random bits and the keys to the new toolbox. And then, I don't know, a drink holder, I don't know. Over here I got a Matco magnetic pad. That's a Matco light. I got 2 of these. I got that one. And I think I have one over here. Yeah, I have another one. I bought one. And when I was on the tool truck, I was buying another one thinking it was smaller. And didn't really realize it had been a long time since I bought the first one. And I'm like, oh, this one looks smaller in the box. And it was the same light, but whatever. Got 2 of them. Got the Streamlight. I love this Streamlight. This thing is super bright. But yeah. Extra screwdrivers that get found in cars and under cars and all that stuff. Matco pry bars. Absolutely love these pry bars. But that's pretty much it. Just figured I'd show everybody my upgrade. And it will be even bigger once I either put a hutch or a top chest. I'm just not sure yet, but there she is in all her glory.